All right. Good morning.
Good morning from Cherished Pieces in Tillsonburg in our lovely online studio here.
Mm-hmm.
We welcome you to this beautiful May 1st day.
It is May 1st.
I know, and a breath of fresh air out there. It's just fresh, beautiful spring air, and the leaves, have popped on so many of the trees now. It's been happening, and then it's poof, there they are. So it's quite a lovely day, and we can tell that it's spring because Tammy's wearing a lovely dress today.
Yeah, why not?
First dress of the season, and it just feels like spring and celebrating.
Spring is here.
Yeah.
We've been waiting. Right?
We have. So these are the days that we need to savor and enjoy, and yeah, that's pretty nice. Also, May 1st, we have two ladies that are associated very closely with our shop. Gladys, who has taught with us for many years and teaches a lot of our classes, and Carol, who does binding and will pitch in when we're swamped, and heads up Victoria Quilts. Well, both these ladies are celebrating their birthdays today. So a shout out to Carol Nant and Gladys Bidner. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah.
Hopefully you have something special planned, or something special being planned for you, I would say.
A dinner or something.
Some cake, presents.
I think I saw some things on Facebook where Carol was together with all her grandkids on the weekend, so I think they had a nice time. And I think Gladys is probably going out for dinner tonight. Her favorite is Red Lobster.
Ooh.
So.
Hopefully lots of favorite things, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, what do we have for door prizes today, Miss Tammy?
Today, I have a little spring tea towel. I have one of the little scissor cases. I had an extra one. So, you don't have to make one if you win it.
So that's one that you made.
Yes.
A Tammy original.
Oh,
okay.
Right. And a little foundation paper pad. It's the Sparkle Star. So that could be fun. And then I have a So Simple pineapple book. And there's all the instructions in there for that. Make a comment, and then we will draw at the end.
We have a class that is coming up that we wanted to talk about a little bit. And this is the hand embroidery. We've called it thread painting by hand. And I want to see if we can get a nice close-up of this. How close can I get?
Yeah, there you go.
This is Carol Arsenault, lives north of Toronto and comes to our retreats once a year. And I will sometimes have her stay and do a class. And her embroidery techniques are exquisite. And she is a very accomplished embroiderer and has lots to teach, and could certainly answer any questions that you would have. So this class is scheduled for Wednesday, May 29th, 9:30 to 3:30. So if you're interested, please contact us and get signed up.
Yep. And we have a list of everything that you need so that you can prepare.
Okay, I'm going to put this over here.
And then next week is Louise's first series of classes, and this is the amazing, I always want to say amazing race.
Amazing,
sure.
amazing maze, amazing. I think we're calling it amazing.
Yeah, so because of the maze that it makes, but it's a great class to get more comfortable with accurate borders and piecing with strips, because sometimes we love those patterns, but then we get a little frustrated because things start to get a little wonky and wobbly. So that's a fun class for that. And
we try not to make it too wobbly when we were showing it.
That's right. So that one is Wednesday, May 8th. Next Wednesday from 9:30 to 3:30. There's still room, and there isn't very much homework at all. So if you get a jelly roll and a yard of background, you're off to the races. And then this is Cat's Meow. It's Tuesday, June 4th. You won't be making both. You're going to be making one, and you can choose how you want to embellish it, if you want the top hat and the tie or the bow tie. Mm-hmm. Or the little bow in the girl's hair.
So this could be like a carpet. It could be a wall hanging. It's a really fun technique that she's come up with.
And so it's like improv. So you can make it as much your own as you want, or follow her directions. Like, it's just a class that you can have a lot of fun learning something different, which you could then translate into a different future project. So there's still room in those classes, and I sent out an email yesterday. There should be a little more information there. And
oh yes, the Mennonite Relief Sale is May 24th to 25th, and that is in New Hamburg. We have the brochures. Louise dropped off a whole box of them, so this is always a very worthwhile cause, and this is coming up at the end of the month.
they have great food and lots to see.
Lots to do.
Yeah, so it's not just a quilt auction. But
Yeah, and a very worthwhile cause, so just to let you know, we have those brochures.
Okay. In the store right now we have a little red, white, and bloom runner kit by Patchabilities, and so your kit includes all the fabrics for the front and your binding, and then we do sell these little hangers in the store. They're $6, and the kit is $22.
So this would be just lovely to hang for Canada Day. I'm going to see if we can get a closer look here. I'm going to see how well that works. Darlene's beautiful machine applique. Darlene Lachance, she became a grandmother again this week. Actually has a little boy and now a little girl.
So that'll be fun.
Eloise Grace, I think is her name.
Okay. And then we thought that we would, let me get organized. We would kind of highlight some local charities, because a lot of sewers and quilters are involved in their free time, donating their time and resources to local charities. So one of them
And sometimes people are looking for something to do.
yes,
They're looking for, I have some extra time, I'd like to volunteer and do something worthwhile. And sometimes you just need to be aware of some of these other opportunities that you might want to participate in or contribute to.
or you are cleaning your sewing room and you have a lot of things that you would like to donate or give to a good home, but you don't know where to funnel those. Some of these are great places, and there's always people willing to accept donations. So once a month, every third Wednesday of the month, we have Victoria Quilts of Canada downstairs in our lower level classroom with Carol. She runs that. And their main thing is they provide handmade quilts to people living with cancer. And that there's no shortage of people needing quilts. And, they bring physical comfort and spiritual comfort, just knowing that people are in there with you, cheering you on.
And they're all delivered free of charge, so.
Yeah, and you can go on their website and request a quilt. If you know someone who is going through chemo or going through cancer, you can go on there, you can request their color, if it's male, female. It's really great, there's...
And somebody will deliver it to them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so they just delivered, at the end of March, their 100,000th quilt.
Quilt. 100,000?
Yeah, I was amazed. I'm like, over the years, 24 years, they've reached that mark. And so it also does cost them about $25 to mail a quilt if they need to. So they, of course, they do fundraisers and all kinds of things to raise money for that and for their backing and their batting.
Yeah.
So there is some resources that they need there too. And, there's lots of volunteer positions. You don't have to be a sewer. You can cut fabric, you can iron, they'll put you to work.
Yep.
And so they're always looking for new members, and there's lots of chapters in Canada.
Yes.
So that's VQ. And then in Elmer, St. Thomas area, we have Hearts and Hands Sewing Guild. They meet on Mondays monthly. However, they are a really big group, and they have people on a waiting list to join. They're at capacity with members. But they do great things for St. Thomas Elgin General Hospital, making chemo quilts. Some of their ladies are doing Linus quilts. And they've been around probably since 2011. And they've donated more than 100 quilts a year. And so they're a group of friends that kind of started in Jackie and...
Mapleisha Pink.
I'm like, someone's going to help me with that name. Sorry, Jackie. In her home, just with teaching a few ladies, and then it grew into this wonderful organization. And they do a lot for the St. Thomas area.
It's a very special group of women, too. Yeah.
They're also part of, in September, the Elmer Library does a little quilt show that they're part of. Their members showcase their quilts, so that's a nice thing to do. They also do fundraisers, quilt retreats, because they also need to purchase batting and backings. And yep, they have lots of donations for quilts as well. And then the third one was Days for Girls. There's a couple of ladies in Tillsonburg that go to Woodstock, and they are part of that group, and they meet at the Women's Employment Center every second and fourth Monday of each month from 9 to 2. And so they work on this, creating these little kits that these girls get. Like there's some little panties, there's washcloth, there's, I think, the pad with the wings, and then they have all these inserts. And so they're always looking for good flannel donations. Oh, and then they also have a little bag with the waterproofing, I don't know what that's called.
PUL.
PUL. Yep. And so these little bags are to wash their sanitary napkins in when they're, a lot of them have a water shortage. And then they also have this little bag that they can carry all their little supplies in. There's a little chart that they can track their cycle because they're not used to that. And they also, when they hand these out, they provide education about, how to take care of yourself, just the menstruation cycle and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just providing them with the little package. There's a lot of education too. And so they're reusable. They last about 3 years if, they're taken care of well. And I think I was told that it costs about $20 for a kit. So there's opportunity to donate money there as well. But, they're always looking for flannels, cottons, and then...
And maybe people to sew these, right?
Yes. So you can join. They're open to members. What am I missing? Yeah. So there's lots of opportunities locally to get involved. And if you're part of something, you could email me, and then in a future episode we could highlight that too.
If they want to donate.
Yeah, so you can go on the Days for Girls website, and there is a place that you can donate for dropping off these things. You could, I'm not sure. I guess you could do that here, and we could transfer it to the people who go, or if you know someone, or you can even contact them in Woodstock.
Thank you, Tammy. These are some very worthwhile causes, and we like to celebrate all these things that go on quietly that people are doing, and but to let you know that these opportunities are out there.
And most of them touch our hearts, right? We're all women, and
they certainly do.
So we like to help other women as much as we can.
Yes.
So I think we have some fabric today.
We have a bunch of fabric today.
Start on your side or my side?
Okay, let's start on my side. We have a lot of batiks that have arrived. And batiks are so wonderful to work with. One of the things I like is that, for applique, they aren't fraying. But, and they're very forgiving because quite often you can, the pattern is on both sides. So here are some nice gold and browns. And
so if you come into the store, we moved all our batiks right up to the door, and there's like a lovely pop of color.
It's really a big pop of color.
You just like to stand there and look at it because it's so colorful.
And I try to switch these colorways a little bit.
This one's fun with the butterflies.
It is. This way. Look at that, nice and bright. And we always like to have a few neutrals. Maybe I'll slide this in with the butterflies, and I'll move this one.
Oh, it might be hard to see there. I need to put one behind it because the white's not showing up against the table.
Oh, that gray? Oh my goodness, it's not.
Not even there.
Wait a second, let me find something brighter. What's going on here?
It's still a little hard to see, but it's like a light gray.
Light gray with a nice pattern on it. But we want you to know we have some nice neutrals that we carry also.
Those are lovely, springy.
And some more butterflies. Look at that.
Batiks are very gorgeous.
They are. And the thing is, people don't always know that you can mix cottons and batiks in the same project. And they are quite lovely.
We don't mind doing that because sometimes you just want a certain color and it's only in the batik that you can find it.
And yeah, they're just very versatile. I have a few more blues to show here, and then I'm going to have to.
Oh yeah, the butterflies like all of these.
Oh, the butterflies love all of these. Look at that too.
Yeah, so
Isn't
there's
that
lots
nice?
of brightness. Okay, so we'll switch to another color family.
Thank you very much. There we go. Look at this pretty green, springy green. These are the greens we're seeing right now. And I'm going to try to slip a couple neutrals in here so maybe they'll show up better.
There we go.
That's better, right? And here's a pretty yellow. Let's just see if we can, will that show? No, let's try this.
You
Better.
can see that it's more of a yellow, yeah.
Yep. And then I have a couple more really pretty yellows here. So these batiks are all $16 a yard. And then we have some butterflies in that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the yellow.
I'm just kind of trying to stack them here because I said we have a big pile. Look at this. Some other greens and blue greens. Now this, I think I might want to show this one instead just for some contrast. Then we'll switch to some pretty pinks. Okay, let's take those out and let's switch to pinks. And then I have this lovely green here. And it would just show up much nicer there.
It's like grass.
Yeah, look at this lovely pink. It's got a little bit of that green in it. And another pale pink.
I'm kind of into coral.
Yep, into coral. And orange. And shall we take those away and I'll try to. This gets to be quite a job when we have so many here.
There is the sunshine.
Look at that. And
Oh yeah.
what would batiks be without some gorgeous purples?
Royalty.
Isn't that beautiful?
And one more. There we go. So lots of, like Peggy says, lots of lovely colors. I think I've used that word 3 times this morning. I need
Have
to
you? Lovely?
find a new word.
Lovely? Okay, you want a something? We need a new word for lovely?
No, a different one.
Okay. Sumptuous?
Sumptuous. Okay.
Sumptuous?
Yeah, we could go on, couldn't we?
We could. Do we want, you have fabric and then
I
we
do.
have, and then do we want to talk about the quilt behind us or show and tell? Or do you want to mix it up here?
Let's do show and tell.
Oh, and here's Tom Man.
Oh yes, Tom.
And this is Tom bringing in Victoria quilts. And you know, I was also going to mention for that group, there are some wonderful long armors that donate so many hours machine quilting these. And I want to mention their names, but I'm almost afraid to because I don't want them to be inundated either.
Oh, you don't want to miss anyone either.
No, and I don't want them, I don't want to have them taken advantage of, some of them. You know what I mean? Because they just find it hard to say no. But we want to we want to reach our arms out and hug all of you who do that too, because that makes these quilts extra beautiful. And here's Tom delivering some of them that have been picked up from one of the long
Tom
armors.
donates a lot of hours to VQ too.
Yes, he does.
Oh, it's Chris with her little 30s log cabin.
Isn't that pretty?
It was so pretty. Yeah, she's going to keep that one for herself, she said. So
I miss that.
I think you were away after retreat. When
Okay.
they came in. Yep.
Very nice. I like it.
There's
there-
Mary.
Mary Rain. Oh, I get to see her soon at a retreat.
That's a lovely log cabin too.
Her and Chris are always so much fun. They have fun together. That's a beauty too. Log cabin still on my
There's
list.
Barb with her.
That is humongous.
It's not a 30s, right? It's
It almost had that look to it, though.
Sort of a vintage look?
Yeah.
yeah. She'd been saving fabrics for a long time to make it to that size.
Wow.
And there's Sarah with her beginner quilt, all in blues.
And it is gorgeous, Sarah.
Very gorgeous. It was very nice with that white and blue contrast.
She did a beautiful job.
She's taking it for round 2 because she enjoyed it so much. Anne Marie.
I'm just saying, I know, but I was like, I just like the quilt. Neat. There's our Anne Marie with her star shades. Oh, and here's our Darlene Lachance.
With her stars.
Very pretty.
It was very pretty. And another one, I think. The Falling Charms.
Nice.
And this is Rayanne. She did 3 little baby ones as gifts.
Oh, very modern.
Nice.
Those are fun, aren't they?
Very fun. She did a
Good
great
job. Yeah.
And Bonnie. It's a little pinwheel quilt. Very bright and fun.
Yeah, that is nice. And there's Henny. Oh, isn't this a beauty too?
Very nice job.
Was this for Easter?
I think she's going to hang it in her church.
It's worthy to hang, yes. And Sue with her Oh My Gosh quilt.
This is Sue Rummerfeld. Yes, and this is just amazing.
And you have to see that in person to really appreciate it. Like, the picture doesn't quite do it
Because
justice.
what are they, like little half-inch squares?
At least.
Oh my gosh, it's tiny.
Well,
It's beautiful.
whenever
That's why.
when she pulls it out, everyone's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So we really love when you bring in and show us things. So you've got some quilts. We've got some more fabrics.
Okay, so this is Susie B with the little bees. There's a green that goes with it with some dots. And then there's some yellow bees.
Bees are fun because you know, everybody likes bees, and it can be, they don't have to be in a kid's quilt. They can be in something for adults too.
There's a gingham that works well with it.
These would be fun pillowcases too.
I would,
But really a pretty little quilt.
a little baby quilt. Oh, because look at the blue. That with the bees. And the blue gingham, it reads baby to me all over.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Very sweet. Just want to, for all those new grandmas and moms.
Yeah, I like the gingham with the ginghams are so pretty, you know. I'm glad that that they're still doing ginghams and that because they're still quite popular.
They are.
Quite very popular.
Quite
I'm
very
sure
popular.
that was not grammatically anywhere correct or
English major?
I know. How embarrassing. How much are the bees, they want to know?
How much are the bees? The bees are 17. And then moving on from bees, something completely different, is this line Vivian from Marcus Fabrics.
I'm going to just open this up a little bit because this is quite lovely. And we have a minute to do that. Look at that.
And I'm going to add that purple right away so you can just see how it pops.
It does.
These are 18 a yard. And then I have one more that goes with it. So that's a fresh springy combo. And then we do have jelly rolls. They're 68
To go with that collection.
to go with that.
Those-
Yes. And we don't have layer cakes or any of the other ones, but we have jelly rolls. So there should be something for everyone.
Yeah, we hope that we struck a chord with you today, inspired you.
And then the quilt behind us is the Blue Take 5 kit. It is 64 inches by 76. And that's usually a really good color combination. It is 115. And that's available in the store.
All kitted up and ready.
So I guess it's store prize time.
Drum roll.
All right, the little tea towel,
Nadine Howard,
Congratulations, Nadine.
the little scissor case,
Nellie Zystra,
Congratulations, Nellie.
the little quilt block foundation paper,
Lisa Johnston Leonard,
and then
Kathy Henderson.
Kathy, congratulations.
let us know if you'll be in to pick them up or if I need to mail it to you. We appreciate you watching, getting up early, and then watching it later too.
It doesn't always, but now it's the time of year where it doesn't feel so early because, those birds are chirping super early. It just makes you want to get out of bed earlier, I think. Anyway.
I woke up at 5:40.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I misread that. It must be 6:40 because it was so bright outside already. And I'm like, nope, I better get back to bed. So I didn't get up.
Good.
But it is
Good
early.
thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, ladies. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Have a lovely day.
Bye.